here we are for our third instalment of our Coravin experiment, where we've tested the Yalumba Vine Veil Grenache. And for today's exercise, I've got a couple of recruits. I've got my son Nick.
Hello.
And his friend Andrew, and the boys are going to help me to test the Coravin. We're going to have a fresh bottle and one that's been open for 5 weeks. And yeah, let's have a look and see what happens. So, Nick, do you want to pour that? Coravin that. So, if you haven't looked at our last episode, but we've got 2 glasses each, and we've got stickers on the bottom. So we've got the Father Christmas, which will be our Coravin, and we've got the Snowman, which will be the fresh bottle. And so each one will be in a glass. And then once we've poured them, we'll get them mixed up, and so each of us won't know which one's which, and we're going to see how they're looking. Now we're going to mix them up, and each of us won't know which one's which. And if there's any date skeptics out there today saying, oh, I could have filmed this like 3 weeks ago, just a date check. In the basketball, in the NBA Finals, the Cavaliers beat the Warriors by 21 points yesterday in Game 4. And maybe have a smell first, and just see if there is any difference in the smell. And I'll do the same while I'm filming you guys. So you're finding any difference in the smell?
A little bit.
I'm getting more fruit out of one of them for sure.
Yeah.
So you're getting, actually I'm the same. I'm getting a little more fruit character out of my my left glass.
I'm getting out of my right.
Yeah.
You're getting more fruit out of your right, and you're getting more fruit out of your
left on my left here. So.
And your left. All right, let's have a taste now. So what are your thoughts on taste?
Feel my left side to me has, I don't know if it's a bit more acidity or a bit more tang, just a bit more richness, and then my right. It's almost a little bit sweeter and more subtle.
Are they very similar, the two wines? Or not really?
They've got their similarities, but I'm finding one's got a lot. My right here's got a smoother finish in the end of it. Feels a lot more balanced. And my left one here, it just feels a bit too soft at the start, and even probably has a stronger finish to it.
Okay. One of the important things with the Coravin is that we're looking for oxidization, and I'm not picking up any oxidization in either of these wines. So my left one has a bit more fruit on the nose than my right, but on the palate I'm getting very little difference, really. Certainly no oxidization. If anything, I might get a touch more fruit in this on my right. More fruit on the nose on the left, but more fruit on the palate. The margin is very small. So Andrew, so you had one wine you thought was slightly more richer in fruit. Show me which wine that is.
That was my left, and that was Santa Claus. So.
Santa Claus. So slightly more fruit driven than the first one, maybe.
First one, yeah.
And Nick?
I thought the fruitiest smelling one was the one on my right, which is the Snowman.
The Snowman.
And yeah, just the one that was less on the nose was the Snowman. I mean, Santa.
which is the Coravin.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought there was slightly more fruit on the palate on the one on the right, but slightly more fruitiness on the nose on the left. So the one on the right is the Snowman, and the one on the left is the one on the right is the Father Christmas, which is our Coravin. So I think what we've discovered, I think, in this little exercise is that we've come up with completely different scenarios between the two wines, the Coravin and the fresh one. But I suppose in the end, there is virtually no difference. I guess what it comes down to is a slight bit of bottle variation between the two wines, but the Coravin has really stood up, and you know, this wine we opened 5 weeks ago, and I would suggest that it's drinking exactly the same as it was 5 weeks ago. So thumbs up to the Coravin.